Everybody I know in Florida are so happy to be there. They love it.
Yeah, and we've been watching this for a while since we've been on the 5. Like, remember that U-Haul costs from San Francisco to Texas? The one way was like so high.
And there's more research showing that it's getting worse. I love that she's begging right now, that Hochul's begging. She reminds me of a really stupid guy who dumps his girlfriend because he thought since he has this girlfriend, he can have any girl, right? He's like, you know, I'm in a relationship and the grass is always greener. And now she's gone, and he's a sobbing mess. She's him. She's now looking up all the exes, you know, for emotional support. Please come back. I was wrong. But the fact is, there's no cost-benefit advantage to being in a city. The blue cities have now become cities that blow a lot, and a lot has to do with, you know, the crime and stuff. And I feel like DeSantis' speechwriters are watching my show because he's comprehending the zeitgeist, which is the spirit or mood of a country, Jesse.
Thank you.
At a particular time.
I'm going to write that down like Harold Ford.
And the zeitgeist is that you can feel it, that we're all done with the woke. Yeah. You know, it's over. And before, it basically blew through America, and it scared the crap out of people. And so we all just sat there and we said, oh my God, you know, cancel culture, it's here to stay. But then people started to realize, no, if you actually just share the risk. Remember we said that? If you share the risk and you face the bully, it just collapses. And now I think, you know, he's at the tip of the spear right now with Florida. It's good to see. Meanwhile, the burbs, we talk about a flip. The burbs are now cooler than the cities. You still got the great restaurants. You got, you know, music. And you don't have theater, which is great. So anyway, no crime, no homelessness. And you're in the suburbs, you know, cities might be dead.
And, Jesse, one thing that DeSantis has that other Republicans in Washington don't have is this ability to be separate from, like, what's going on the House side. Or,
I thought you were going to say the great hair.
Oh, well.
Because he had a nice head of hair on that. I didn't know it was that good, but it looked pretty good. And you're right. He's kept a safe distance from all the drama in Washington, which is good for him. Do you remember what it was like when we were at the Patriot Awards in Florida?
Yeah.
How it felt different?
The hotel?
We don't need to get into all that.
Go there, Greg. Do not go there.
It felt more fun. It felt freer. The freedom felt freer. Yeah. And I can imagine if we were there maybe not half the year, but one day more than half the year, how great that would be for our taxable income. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but I'm taking my taxable income and making a mass exodus to the state of New Jersey. Not a red state, but a redder state than New York. And I'm not going to miss the city. I'm not going to miss the Ubers, the traffic, the excessive tipping at every coffee shop that I go to. I was in the West Village for a while. Remember, I got beer poured over me. People yelled things at me. I was the real victim.
Those Fox and Friends guys can be pretty mean.
But it's definitely going to be nicer to be in the suburbs where I'm appreciated more and respected by people that like me.
Jessica, do Democrats not care about this kind of exodus from blue states to red because they figure that the people who are leaving are ones they don't want to have there anyway, like what Hochul said in July?
No, I mean, it's obviously contributing to some degree in the Florida example, the fact that now it's ruby red, right? I mean, Florida is now a place that Democrats cannot contend on the same level that they used to be able to. But you do have to question whether they're making these changes, but are their politics changing, right? So a lot of people who went to Texas, they went to Austin, right, which is a bright blue city in there. And they're living the same lives, but better quality of life in terms of their houses are bigger and their kids' schools were open throughout COVID and will continue to be. And that's something that I really think was driving this. I understand the taxes is a big deal and the crime is a big deal. But what it really was for people, at least in my cohort with young children, that they wanted their kids in school and they were going to go to a place where that was going to happen for them. So it's obviously a trend. It's troubling, especially high tax states like California and New York. We can't afford to be losing all these rich people, right? That's basically what Kathy Hochul is saying. Like, rich people, please come home because we need to tax you some more.
Please come home.
Please come home.
That's why we should move.
ET phone home. But the cities are still great, just in defense of them. And granted, no one pours beer on me in the West Village, but no, I'm so nice.
She is so nice. Nobody poured beer on her, all right?